So, are we feeling better about Bo Nix now, Broncos country? Bo Nix, in my opinion, just played the best game of any of the rookie quarterbacks so far. In fairness, Jaden Daniels has yet to play this week. He plays tomorrow night. And for Caleb, I only watched the highlight reel, but he turned the ball over 3 times. A lot of his yardage came on the Hail Mary that fell a yard short of the end zone to end the first half. And then when the Bears were behind and the Colts were playing soft zone coverage, Caleb was taking what was underneath. But he wasn't really all that impressive. You look at the stat line, he threw 363 yards, but those 3 turnovers were backbreakers for the Chicago Bears against the Indianapolis Colts. Based on what we have seen so far on film, what Bo Nix put together today down in Tampa Bay was the best rookie quarterback performance we've seen. Certainly the most complete performance in terms of getting the ball out on time, in rhythm, in structure, like we've been talking about throughout the entire offseason. That is what the Broncos need to do in order for this offense to be successful, and in particular, Bo Nix to be successful. Through the air, he went 25 for 36 for 216 yards, an average of 6 yards per attempt, 1 rushing touchdown, still has yet to throw his first passing touchdown in the NFL. Also, no interceptions, no turnover-worthy plays for Bo Nix in this game. I don't remember a single point where he put the ball in harm's way. And no sacks. No self-induced sacks. And got to give a shout-out to the Broncos' offensive line. The interior guys, Ben Powers, Luke Wattenberg, and Quinn Miners, did not allow a single pressure in this game. Garrett Bowles allowed 2 pressures per NFL Next Gen stats, and rookie right tackle, or second-year right tackle, Alex Palczewski, making his first NFL start, only allowed 1 pressure. Palczewski was really, really solid in this game. He's going to get his own video because I thought he was that good. But back to Bo Nix, it starts off, of course, with keeping him clean, the protection holding up, receivers getting open. I thought Josh Reynolds looked really good today. Courtland Sutton certainly had his best game of the season. 7 catches for 68 yards. I thought little Jordan Humphrey came up with a couple of clutch catches. It was good to see Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin integrated into the offense because even though they were mostly used as eye candy, they at least were featured in the offense, and it shows the defense, hey, we have to at least account for these guys. We can't just keep everything within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. We can't play tight to the line. We've got to at least respect that the Broncos are willing to open up their passing game. We also saw a lot more play action in this game. I don't know what the exact play action rate was. That should come out when Next Gen stats come out tomorrow. But the Broncos ran quite a bit more play action in this game than we've seen in the entirety of the rest of the season. That's good news because it also helps set up the run game. Tyler Beatty provided some juice and explosiveness to the Denver Broncos run game. That helped make things easier on this passing game. The passing game and the run game work hand in glove with each other. You use one to open up the other, and in this game, the Broncos utilized their passing game to open up their run game, but once the run game started to get going, it allowed the passing game to operate more efficiently. It all works in sync, in unison with each other. It must be like a well-oiled machine, and today it was. Bo Nix missed 1 throw that I could really tell, and that was on a dig to Courtland Sutton. That big dig has been one that I've seen Bo Nix hit multiple times, and I've also seen him miss it multiple times. Got to get more consistent with the accuracy there. Also, we still saw him throwing off of his back foot. That is a bad habit to develop. If you're throwing off your back foot and only have 1 foot on the ground when you're throwing, you're not generating any velocity or torque with your lower body when you throw. It's all upper body. It's all arm. That's not good. You have to be able to generate velocity and torque with your hips and with your core, and that helps lead to consistent accuracy. Yes, the balls that Bo was throwing off his back foot were mostly out routes, and they were getting there on time, but it's just a bad habit to develop. You don't want Bo to get comfortable throwing off of his back foot. So those are some minor critiques with Bo Nix's performance today, but based on the bodies of work that we've seen from Caleb Williams now in 3 games, Bo Nix now in 3 games, and Jaden Daniels in 2 games, I can sit here and confidently say that this is the best rookie quarterback performance we've seen so far. Probably the next best would be Jaden Daniels in week 1 against Tampa Bay. Ironically enough, the same opponent. The other one I would say is probably Caleb Williams against Houston, but he was just getting his head chopped off the entire game because his offensive line couldn't hold up. What we've learned so far this year is that rookie quarterbacks struggle and that they take time to develop. I'm still confident the Broncos made the right decision starting Bo Nix week 1. He had to play 2 really strong defenses in the Seattle Seahawks, who are smothering the Miami Dolphins right now, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are now 3-0 on the season. At the end of the day, the Broncos did get lucky because the Buccaneers had 3 of their best defensive players not in this game. Antoine Winfield Jr., Vita Vea, and Kalijah Kancey. This game could have looked completely different if those guys were in there, but the fact is, Bo was making good decisions. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. You think about that 2-minute drill heading into halftime where Bo Nix showed good situational awareness. He threw the ball away, didn't force anything, allowing the Broncos to go down and kick that field goal. We saw significant growth and improvement from Bo Nix, and the national media was ready to write Bo Nix off after just 2 games. Now, we can sit here and say that there has been consistent growth from week 1 to week 2 to week 3. Is there still room for improvement? Yes, lots of it. But there was very encouraging signs today against a tough opponent that nobody saw the Denver Broncos being able to beat. Bo Nix went out there and showcased why he was a first-round pick, why Sean Payton believes in him, and also, you got to give credit to Payton as well for making the necessary adjustments with the play action, setting up your run game. Javonte Williams, didn't see much of him after the fumble. They really leaned into Tyler Beatty to give some juice to the run game. That helped salt the game away there in that second half. I thought that the Broncos really put together a complete cohesive game plan for the first time this season. Next week, it's going to have to continue against an even tougher opponent in the New York Jets, who have a very strong defense, and obviously Aaron Rodgers looks like he's back to pre-injury self. So it's going to be a tough challenge. The Broncos are going to be staying out in West Virginia through this week. They're going to be at the Greenbrier Resort in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. They're going to be practicing out there. Sean Payton said that they wanted to keep them on Eastern time in order to not mess up the internal clocks flying back and forth between Denver and the East Coast. They said that they requested 2 back-to-back East Coast games, and this is obviously going to be a good bonding experience for the team, and you know that they're going to feel a hell of a lot better going into West Virginia, having that win, getting that monkey off their back, and looking to build on that momentum heading into next week against the New York Jets. But good stuff overall today from Bo Nix. Broncos country should be very much relieved. All right, guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support, helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.